Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and today we'll be continuing with our Chamber of Ordeals, where we will give ourselves a little entrance first. Therefore of course, the first ordeal would be getting through the door, but once you are through, there's no button to exit, so your only choice is to go through the chamber here. Now, of course, we are going to have the walls closing all of this off. Now, different parts of the ordeal area are going to have different spawn rates. Now here, in the ordeal fire, we've got these fires here. I was worried about the magnet blocks giving enough light to keep you from things from spawning, but let's face it, the fires themselves are going to be doing that, so most likely there'll be no spawns within here. But we are going to be having a chamber exit right here. And this is where we're going to be starting the earth area. And when these torches are all removed, we are going to be having spawns, because there'll be some parts here that are going to get light, but that doesn't worry too much because I want to concentrate the spawns over in this area. And in fact, to force that, I am going to be slabbing the floor. So therefore we are going to have slabs all through here. That means unspawnable, except near the spawner, which of course is going to still drop things in there. So that's the idea here, is then to get rid of most of the light. This area won't get anything. When you go through here, you're going to start to have zombies popping in through here. So by the time you get here, you are right smack in the middle of zombie territory. And that's what's going to make the Earth one a little bit claustrophobic. It's going to be dark, and you're going to have zombies. Now, in order to make these things a little bit tougher, of course, there are going to be equipment limitations, and apparently thunderstorms. Now, if you could arrange to have a thunderstorm during one of these ordeals, then you're really going to scare all those initiates that are trying to get through. Only the bravest will be able to get through that sound. So, perhaps that's what they'll do, is they'll try to schedule them sort of in the last moment. You don't hear that it's your turn to go in until it is time. And that is because they're looking for a time where thunderstorms are likely to happen. So you don't hold them on a nice, cool day in the morning or anything like this. But when it's getting dark, or I'd say in the afternoon, actually. You'll hold them in the afternoon on this hot, sultry day. And it feels like if there's going to ever be a thunderstorm in the area, these are the conditions for it. That's when you're going to hold the trials. Now, walls. I know I still got a little bit more to do here. Actually, it's one of the areas where we're going to be sure to let me think on a path. I have my layout, I have the floor, and I have the first wall above it. Actually 2 layers there, but that's halfway down. And it's not a very large maze, but it's going to be just large enough to be able to be disorienting. And of course I'm going to have another layer up there, plus a cap probably made of slabs to prevent random spawns, because the idea here is to control the spawns to only be the zombies from the zombie spawner, because I don't want creepers inside of this place. That would be the worst thing to happen here, because I don't want to make an obsidian maze. I want it to be of cobble, nice, disorienting, dark, and all that fun stuff. because the idea there is to scare and disorient it, prove the worth of the initiate, and of course their ability to fight zombies here and there, not to blow them up. So therefore, that's mostly on the matter, but we will need a little mossy stone here and there, especially near the end, because after the end we are going to be running into the water section in here. And I think a little bit of mossy stone here and there, so tell you, you're getting close to the water. Yes, I know, they could use that as a clue to say they're getting near the end, but I think that's part of it. Do they have the wits to realize that, we're getting near water because we're starting to see moss over here? So it could be a little bit of a clue. While down here near the fire, it'll tend to be drier. So that's going to be the idea on that matter. And of course there will be, well, another layer of this here. You get the idea. It is going to be all the way through. I don't think I need to press that point at the moment. It's time to think about what to do about here, and this is going to be the ordeal of water. And this is probably going to be a real test of their abilities to get through here, because as you can guess, you're going to have to get through water, and that means I'm going to have to do my lighting slightly differently to make sure that it's not on the floor, because we are going to have water flowing all over the place. And I have to make sure that have to keep this stuff not getting too small. Now, of course, we will have water all over the place on the floor. So since there's going to be flowing water there, we're not going to get general mobs. We're just going to get the zombies from the spawner. So that's how we're going to control that here. Now, get the bucket, get some water, and start planning how to spill flowing water right on top of the heads of our initiates. To make this easier, I'll need an infinite water supply, so I think in the middle of the Chamber of Water is a good place to put such things, so I will make a permanent source so that I will be able to work on this. And we might as well keep it there also, because it'll be appropriate. Alright, good. Now I could start spilling water, and I think this piece of granite right here just volunteered to be the first location for a water source. And let's see how this works. Yeah, something like that. Now, of course, the problem is that this is another thunderstorm. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, that was pushing us towards the exit. And I don't think I really want that. I think it might be better if we're pushing away from the exit. So therefore, I think this will be a better spot for my water source, because you don't want to make it too easy on them. Let's alright, so now we've got stream of water coming across here. Now we might have one or two other streams, but that's the idea, is that we are going to have streams of water pushing you back in the direction of the earth area. No wonder there's moss in there. And now you're going to have to get from here into here. Now, of course, there's going to be a wall here. We don't want to make it too easy. Mossy, of course. So you have to get up to the exit. Now, you say, oh, that's easy enough, isn't it? Well, I will obviously have to work on it to make it a little bit less easy. Maybe add another one right there. Well, getting to that permanent water supply might be a little bit of a trial all in itself. Let's see, how about right there? What does that do? Okay, so we come in here. Well, maybe... Oh, actually, yes, because... Of course... Who said anything about the wall going all the way up? I mean, there being a door there. Of course there isn't going to be a door there. You're going to have to swim up. There we go, and add a little bit more up here. And we are going to need probably... Ah, actually, that place where I originally had one now looks like it could be a good place for a little bit of water. So let's go back up and try that again. There we go. And let's see how this works now. Alright, we get along there. Well, that sort of looks... that looks awful! Yeah. Let's try this again. Alright. Well, something like that. Then the idea is to go up here. And then you get down here. And this gives you the final area, which is, of course, the nether zone. Now, apparently, I've got a couple places that are still spawnable, unfortunately. And I'm going to have to find them and deal with them at some point in the near future. Probably very near future. But at the moment we've got to plan what we're going to do here. And that is going to be jumping. What did you expect for this particular trial? That's right, there isn't going to be a stairway going up here. Of course not. You're going to have to jump your way up. And since you're starting up here, suppose we could probably have a ladder that will go up here so that if you fall down, you can come back up here, come back up again. Okay, making them go all the way through all over again might be a little bit tough, but figure if you have a ladder, goes back up here, here we are, and this is where the jumping section will be. And we're going to have platforms. You have to go through the series of platforms until you get to the top, and then you're here. And that will be the end zone. And I think I gotta do some investigation because, yeah, there seems to be a mob party going around here somewhere. I've turned on the captions to help me find this, and I'm gonna do a little digging here to see if I find it. Now, I always find whenever I try digging it to find a cave, I usually find nothing, so probably not going to find anything down here. Sometimes it's tough to figure out, okay, where is all that stuff that you keep on hearing? Especially since they shut up as soon as you start digging. Monsters! They never cooperate. Since we are working on the element of the end here, we should really, of course, use purpur. Now, unfortunately, I have 6 slabs and 24 blocks, which is certainly not enough to fill up this entire place. So I'm just going to have to use them for the platforms. Now, jumping across is going to be difficult because we do have a rather low ceiling there. So we'll have to at least have some mercy at the start. Perhaps maybe a platform here. And maybe. Let's see. Like something like this. Something like that. And then finally, something like that. Alright, it's not the toughest parkour course in the history of Minecraft, but it may do. Now, of course, right now, I am going to need that. Actually, this might replace, because I was thinking of stairs before, but stairs way before, a ladder before, but maybe I'll just put this up here. And so, let's try this. Well, either my skills are worse than I thought, or this ceiling is not going to be... Alright, let me get rid of this ceiling. And hope all those mobs that I was hearing before don't spill down as a result of this. Oh, that's where that cave was. But as they all had shut up, I will never find them now. I'm surprised that as soon as I came back in here and started building again that they didn't all start speaking up again. Watch out, the player's looking for us. Alright, now let's get back in on here. Alright, good. Good. And can I make that one? No, I can't make it. That's for sure. It has to be something that's at least makeable. Now, of course, there is going to be the question of mob spawns. Now, I will put slabs all at the bottom. It would be lovely if I could put purpur slabs down there. I'll probably have to buy some or something like that because I certainly don't have enough to do that at the moment. But I'll probably decorate this with purpur slabs or something like this. I'm sure the loveliness of purpur is going to really get their attention. This is going to be non-trivial, especially when you start to add the zombies that are going to be spawning down in the corner there. And it's not going to be the most well-lit place either, of course. And is this even possible? Ah, because that's 2 up, that's 3 up. Probably not. Actually, leave that as is. But add blocks. That's what we do. Not if I jump wrong. And well, if I can't make it, well, I was going to say if I can't make it, certainly no one else will be able to, but you're talking about me, though. I could be sure that there are plenty of people who could make it. Let's see. Oh, come on. I don't know why, but even though I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to do the jump from there to there, I'm now able to occasionally make that jump there, even though I missed it right there. So it's not consistent, but I could sometimes make that jump. So I don't know why that's the case since that is lower, but that means that I can't have this emergency stairway over here because that could be used as a shortcut. And so instead, I guess I'll just have to assume that our little emergency stairway is right there. So it takes you to the first spot. And that this is the course. I know it's not a very, very large course. And apparently I'm completely incapable of doing it on camera. Really? I can't do it on camera. Oh, there it is. And you're out. Yes, not a big, long, complicated course. But that's what I can do in the space provided. There you go. And you have a nice exit, and you're finally done with the trials. So each individual one I don't think is really all that much of a problem. But when you start to add the zombies into the picture, I think it'll become a lot tougher when zombies start spawning in there and you get nervous. You got to make your jump or the zombies will get you. And of course, going up there, you could probably get zombies starting to go up there. Yeah, that could add a little bit of spice to the whole venture. But that means now I need to start covering up the floors. And unfortunately, that means buying a whole bunch of purple. Yay! Well, I'll have to do that between episodes because we are out of time. So I'll see you next time, and when I return, we will try to get things a little bit more decorated up, hopefully a little bit moodier, and maybe turn it on and give it for a spin, and probably die in the process. We'll see if I do in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Minecraft Welstopia.